Minister David Cameron, California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton. Steve, what was your reaction when you saw that one? You know, what happened? Macron's office is trying to downplay it. It's just a moment of togetherness. Nothing, I guess, says togetherness like a good shove in the face. What do you say, Steve?
I know it's tested the capacity of even the kind of French spin doctors to try and move this one along. I mean, first of all, I genuinely thought it was one of these fake videos. I thought this is absolutely unbelievable. And then I saw it as being reported. I saw it first on X, and I thought it's a joke. And then I saw it on mainstream media outlets and realized that it was true. And the thing about it is that first I thought, you know what? She's not the only person in France who wants to shove him in the face. He is not proving popular in his second term on any measure.
Yeah.
And so I feel as if there's a real, she speaks for the nation to a certain extent. And the real humiliation for Macron is that he's always presented himself as being he's described himself to Jupiter, this kind of absolute kind of monarch-like figure in French politics. And this really brings him down a number of levels. He won't like it at all.
You know, Steve, so in light of that, we got news coming in. We were talking to you last week about the president and is pointing out how unfair Europe has been in their trade practices, unfair to America. What do you make of the president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, saying the EU is now ready to, quote, swiftly do a deal? And she phone called President Trump after you and I spoke about this last week on this news that President Trump, yes, he wanted a 50% tariff on the EU. Now he's going to delay it to July 9th. Now, Giorgia Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, is going to organize these talks. So the EU looks like it's backing down.
Well, it shows the absolute vindication of President Trump's strategy, which is to be taken seriously. And they obviously do take him seriously because they've seen that he follows through on what he says. And so that you saw the immediate reaction from the EU. And if he pulls this off, it will be the first time in the history of the EU that they've actually made progress towards a less protectionist and Eurocentric view of the world. It's always, and as we discussed before, it's also the product of intense and corrupt lobbying in Brussels, the headquarters of the EU. And the fact that she moved so quickly to try and head this off shows that she takes him seriously, they take him seriously. His tactics are working so far. The proof, of course, will be what concessions they make between now and the new deadline. But I would urge the president to stick to his guns on this because they're listening and he is leading this whole conversation. And it could end up with a much more open market across the Atlantic.
Yeah, how badly has Europe been taking advantage, the EU has been taking, how badly have they been taking advantage of America?
Massively. I mean, the president puts it so well when he talks about all the German cars that are here in America for people to choose from and no American cars basically on the streets of Europe. And you see it right across the board. Protectionism is the name of the game for the French when you look at their wine industry, all the bureaucratic tricks they use to make sure that only their products can be sold freely. It really is designed to do that. And you could say, fair enough, that's their choice. But until President Trump, we haven't had a president that actually calls them out on it and stands up to it. All the previous presidents have just gone along with it. Those days are over.
Steve Hilton, you're wonderful. Thanks for being with us again. It's good to see you. Now, please listen to this.
Thank you, Liz.